While at Disney, we stayed in the Boardwalk Inn at the suite level with access to the Innkeeper's Club and all the amenities that come with it. We love the Boardwalk, but concierge access takes this place to a whole new level. What can we eat at the Club Lounge, gluten and dairy free? Let's find out. Say hi to everyone's favorite creepy clown chair. The ambiance of the Boardwalk is so charming, with its nods to the whimsy of Atlantic City around the turn of the century. We actually own Disney Vacation Club points here because the walking distance to Hollywood Studios and the back entrance of Epcot, called International Gateway, is pretty special. But on this stay, we weren't in a DVC villa. We were on the inside of the Boardwalk, staying in the Garden Suites. We'll give you a full room tour on this other video, but today we're going to talk about the club access you get as a suite level guest and all the amenities you can find in the lounge up on the 4th floor of the main building. Just past the club concierge desk, which has the best guest service around, you will find the lounge open throughout the day with snacks. Most people think of club level as getting lots and lots of free food and drinks, and you're not wrong. Upon arrival, it was the first thing we went to check out, and even though it was just a random time midday, there were some snacks and beverages that worked for us. The beloved Pog juice was available. That's passion fruit, orange, and guava. Yum! And how cute are these sugar cubes for your afternoon tea? I was on the hunt for gluten-free and dairy-free options, and they did mention a soy and almond milk were available. But the manager also let us know that any time of the day they had gluten-free snacks and foods that I just had to ask for from the back. It was a successful snack stop. We don't even have our room yet, but we were feeling a little peckish. So we went to the club, the Innkeeper's Club, and asked if they had any gluten-free, dairy-free treats. And I got a whole box of Enjoy Life Snickerdoodles, so I am happy.
And we asked for bottles of water, and they said, well, we have refillable bottles, which we'll give to you, and you can either have still or sparkling of our triple filtered water. Where's your water?
And Nick also, oh, it's over here.
Cheers.
Cheers. Nick also got a cookie, but his is a David's cookie, which he'll eat because it has soy in it, and eggs, which I skip. But
See you later.
Bye.
Thank you.
But I try to avoid the eggs and the soy. So he will happily eat that David's cookie, and I have the Enjoy Life ones. Something for everybody.
Wow.
The cookie did make me a little bit sad because it makes me miss accent and how he says snickernoodle. I miss my kids, but I'm also happy to be here without them. It was the perfect way to head to Magic Kingdom with full tummies, so we didn't need to spend money on any snacks that afternoon. Even though we did buy Dole Whips. I mean, you have to buy Dole Whips. We were even more excited to see what we could find the next morning for breakfast in the lounge, which we knew would save us from having to buy ourselves breakfast in the parks. We had breakfast here 2 days, and it was really hearty. The staff was knowledgeable about what items contained gluten and dairy, and which didn't, and we could have asked for items from the back if we were worried about cross-contamination, but we got fruit and smoked salmon and bananas and peanut butter, all available just off the buffet. There was also a Bloody Mary bar and a mimosa bar. We were feeling pretty fancy. But there were definitely pastries and things that I couldn't have, but don't despair. I spoke with a couple other moms with gluten-free family members in the lounge, and they said that the staff had taken excellent care of them. I was not the only person there asking about allergens. It honestly seems as if most of the room had one need or another, and the team handled it all with ease. They brought out blueberry muffins for me from the back that were really fantastic. And they brought me gluten-free bread for toast. And here's the kicker. They have a separate toaster that they keep in a box behind the counter to be used only for gluten-free items. The staff guarded that toaster very well, so I was confident that it was safe. But we made some beautiful smoked salmon toast and some peanut butter toast every day. Super yum. And there was also a line of hot items at breakfast, so if you're looking to avoid just one allergen, some of these might have worked for you. Since I avoid gluten and dairy and eggs and meat, it just didn't seem like the hot items were going to work for me. But that's okay. I was really well fed. Now let's talk about that concierge desk and what they can do for you.
We got a little help with Lightning Lane today because we were having some glitches trying to use the system to book Rise of the Resistance and could not get our credit card to go through, and thought, oh no, this isn't going to happen for us today. But upstairs at club level, they do have a concierge. It's basically all the same services you would get from a concierge at the main hotel lobby, but it's a shorter wait time. It's some really fantastic specialized service, and they were able to help us score that Lightning Lane that we wanted. So now we're gonna go ride Rise of the Resistance in Hollywood Studios. They can also help out with things like restaurant reservations and other things. It's not that they get you things that they don't have special pull for extra things that you couldn't otherwise get in the system, but they know the system maybe better than you do, and so they can help make it happen really smoothly.
And we're hydrated.
We're well fed. That was a good breakfast.
Absolutely.
We were saying that we think that it takes a day or two to like hit your stride in the club and understand where everything is and what is offered. And
who to ask, what are the things that are like hiding behind the door that you can't see but you should ask for?
A lot of the gluten-free things we had to ask about, but they were very generous with them once we did ask. So don't be afraid to be a little bit of a squeaky wheel. And we also think that you might get kind of bored with the offerings after like day 4 or 5, or maybe you have to start branching out a little bit more. But for those first couple days, you have to be willing to ask questions until you hit your stride.
On one of the days of our trip, we went to Epcot and then returned to the room before our dinner reservation to rest and change and check out the happy hour offerings at the lounge. There was a variety of wines available and the full-service espresso machine, as well as some appetizers and such. We had the crudité, and there was this super garlicky roasted red pepper hummus that was so delicious. Again, here there were some hot items that were available, but they weren't a good fit for our diet. They had said that if we were just looking for gluten-free, that the chef could make most of these items gluten-free almost any night. So for example, they keep a gluten-free pasta on hand, and when they need to, they can adapt a dish. I was excited to see some plant-based items too, but we didn't push for any of it since we had a dinner reservation. It is clear that some folks managed to make the lounge food their entire dinner, and that could be a really great move for your budget. They did have a selection of beers, and there's an Angry Orchard hard cider in there, as well as standard sodas and juice boxes. Now let's explore a bit of what the Boardwalk has to offer all of its guests, whether club level or not. We were excited to check out the new Carousel coffee, which was a bit understated in its decor, but really much cuter than other reviewers have given it credit for. Now, I don't like Joffrey's coffee, but I do love these floor tiles in here. And prior to seeing it in person, I couldn't figure out where this seating area was located. It's just across the hallway. It's right off the main lobby where the old concierge desk used to be. So, there you go. But the Boardwalk has something fun to offer everyone, and I've always found it to have lots of little invitations to families to have fun together. There are family pools on the DVC side and a quiet pool on the other side of the inn. And they often have games and activities on the green promenade out back. Many evenings there are even movies on the big screen, and it's really sweet. If you're staying in a DVC, there are extra games and activities available at Community Hall. Guys, this is such a fun resort. On our last day, we went to Hollywood Studios and had a bit of a disaster, but our concierge saved the day.
We're on our way to the airport, and I have to give one more shout out to the concierge desk because we left Hollywood Studios and went to grab some bottles of water to hydrate before our flight. And I realized I did not have my purse. This purse that I hadn't recalled having on me since our lunch at Hollywood and Vine. And so they had a direct number right over to the restaurant, and were able to call them and say, do you guys have her purse? Can she run over there and get it right now? And they did. And so in a very short amount of time, we were able to confirm where my purse was, which is good because it was less than 2 hours before I had to be on a plane at the airport. And they said, just hold it, she'll be right there. And so my Lyft came to pick us up and was wonderfully accommodating and waited for us at the drop-off spot at Hollywood Studios while I literally sprinted in, got my purse from the restaurant, and sprinted back out. So I am looking rosy. I'm feeling like I just did a Run Disney event, and I now have my purse and can go home. This is par for the course. I have had trips where I have lost my phone, where I have lost my park pass, where I have lost now my purse. We had one trip where we left one of the kids' booster seats on the Magical Express. Yeah, it's not a good track record. But if you're going to lose things, Concierge can help you find them. Thank you, Concierge Desk. We love you, Innkeepers Club.
I know we'll be back, as the Boardwalk is our Disney World home. But if you can stay club level, you absolutely should. Come check out the next video where we do a full room tour of the Garden Suite. And we will see you next time, travelers. Thanks!